Okay, so we're back. Now you can see that I've managed to get the speaker cables all the way to there, which is fantastic. That's brilliant. I've got them halfway. Realistically, it's the hard half because getting them from that point forward is really not going to be a problem at all. My next issue is I have to do the same thing with these phono cables, which is going to be an absolute nightmare. You're welcome to join me. Let's give it another shot. Okay, welcome to the driver's seat. Now you join me and seemingly my new life partner, this enormous ball of wire, as we try and get it all the way through up to the front. Now looking down, I actually have a fairly good start. It comes out here and all I have to do is get it from there to behind there. Now that's not actually as hard as it could be. You can see there's a whacking great big channel down the side there, which is absolutely fine, and most of this will just pull out. You know, the worst part of all of this is knowing that despite it taking many hours to get to this point, John is probably just going to edit this down to a 15-second montage. Okay, so my next job, I'm just going to cut a small notch here so that I can actually get the cables through. So it's at this point that the eagle-eyed amongst you should think, we've got through this far. What a satisfying piece of footage. All I have to do now is get to that. But you'd be wrong, and so would I. Because whilst I was running that, the thought dawned on me. You'll also see here I have the control knob for that subwoofer. I have a bass knob that I need to get to the boot to control the amp. Yeah. And here is the offending article. There is 5 meters of cable that needs to go back that way. I'm going to, first off, get this lot round to here and get that out, and then we'll worry about that piece in a minute. So here we are at the business end again. Now it's been a while since I've had an E46, but I remember that the way to get in behind here is to get this out, get that off, and then unscrew it. Nice and simple. Especially when half the clips are broken off. Now, interestingly, this is another job that's not great to do one-handed. For a BMW, the way to get this off is to prise this connector up. And then the whole thing just pops off. Isn't that nice? So, over here, we've got a couple of jobs. That is the connectors. That is the unit for the aerial. And we've got to get this out as well. and relocate it down there. So I'm going to pull that out too. I'm going to start by getting that out and we'll go from there. There we go. Once we've got all these pieces apart and we're going to be running cables, I think it falls to this point to have a look at this. Now, this is the piece that goes underneath the central socket, and it's what I want to use most of the user interface distribution points for the cables. I've got a couple of things. The back of the stereo has 4 USB units, and I've got hold of these. Now, I'm hoping I can just get those fitted in here, and that there's going to be enough space to do so. We've also got a video phono. Now, this system does have a video input, and I'd kind of like to hold on to that. I'd like to put that in here as well, because I am a bit of a vintage gamer, and once we've got a car that's better suited to long journeys, it's possible that my daughter might be in the back, might want to use it as a TV, and might want to play some vintage games whilst we're going, which I can't see a problem with. All we need is one of those USB, the 240 volt cigarette lighter adapters, and we'll be away. So that's something I'd like to put in here as well. And finally, the other piece that I've got on top of that is this piece, which you should all know and recognise as a surface mount 3.5mm, which is still the ubiquitous, quite standard for what we use for aux in, and I might possibly choose to use that. My question, I guess, is, will 2 of these, this and this, fit in here? And I think they will. If you look, I've got space to put 1, 2, and I've also got space underneath those to put that. So let's see how we get on. Now, it's all well and good when you have a nice big workshop and it's quiet and so forth, and you can actually get on with this sort of thing in there and on a bench. But I really wanted to show you can do this kind of stuff outside and make it work. And let's see if we can get the next one in. 1, 2. Ah, well, there you go. And just like that, it's all in. Yeah, really happy with that. I'll be putting that in the car then. Well, I think that's enough of me running cables into the car for 1 week. Join us next time to see a man completely destroy his knuckles by adding 4.5 million kilos of cables to a car. Business. Business.